Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from today. Just going to wait for a couple of people before we officially begin. Today's live, I'm going to be speaking about the intuition, how we can connect to our intuition, how we can know that we are connecting with our intuition, how we can go from a state of fogginess, having an energy field that is clouded, maybe lots of obstacles blocking us from our intuition. Maybe we feel stuck. We don't really know what decisions to make, into a state of clarity and trust that we can intuitively make decisions, find the right words in the moment that we need them. And so this is going to be the topic of today's live. Welcome to everyone that has joined already. Say hello if you're here. Hey Emmett, nice to see you this morning. How are you doing? Hey Flower Stat, nice to see you this morning. How are we doing, guys? Chat chamber, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, my love, I felt inspired to put the makeup on this morning. Let us say a little prayer to start this live. Thank you, God, for another day on earth. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for supporting me and showing me, helping me to find the right words in any given moment. And I just want everyone to begin this day, whether it is in the morning or if it's in the evening for you guys. It doesn't really matter. This practice is going to be powerful no matter what time it is. And so I just encourage you guys to bring to mind 3 things that you would miss if you did not have them. This is a really good gratitude practice. Sometimes we are so tuned in on what we don't have and what we're striving to bring into our lives that we forget to consciously bring to mind the things that we would miss if we didn't have them. And so let's just do that now and just say thank you to the universe, to Source, for those things. It might be a family member, it might be an animal, it might be a plant, it might be an object that you have, it might be something really small, it might be something really big. So just bring into mind 3 things that you would miss if you didn't have them. Just saying thank you for them. The 3 things that I would miss if I didn't have them. And you can put them in the chat as well, guys. Please do. If you want to share. The 3 things that I would miss if I didn't have them. My dog. The trees in the garden. I really love the trees. My family. And so I want to say thank you this morning for those things in my life. Thank you for another day to experience Earth in this body. The opportunity to begin again. And may we be reminded that every moment is an opportunity to begin again. that this moment is the only moment that exists. May we be reminded that this moment is a fresh start. No matter what we were thinking yesterday, no matter what we have been thinking for the last 24 hours, we can stop, we can bring ourselves to this moment, and we can have a fresh start with our mind, with where we are focusing our energy and where we are choosing to spend our energy. Let us know the power of our thoughts. Thank you, God, for showing us the power that we have when we choose to be present, conscious with our friends and family. There is a part of you that always knows what to do. And this is what we're going to be talking about today in this live, is connecting with that part of you, the higher self. The part of you that is very clear, is very stable, and always has the answer for you. At any moment, we can tune into our intuition. We can receive guidance. And this part of us always knows the next step, always knows the right words. Welcome to everyone that has just joined. Please be conscious in the chat. We are cultivating a space of love and compassion, and so if I see any comments that are out of alignment with that, I will remove you. Thank you. How is everyone feeling today? Where are we all coming from? Let me know in the chat whereabouts you're from, what time it is, where you're tuning in from. Thank you, Colin the Goat. Thank you, Captain Good Vibes from Australia. Emmett's from Australia, isn't that as well? Good afternoon. Mm. 5:25, Fayetteville, country, Georgia, where my angels. How's Dennis? Dennis is good, thank you. Thank you, Kevin Spence. Dennis is the tree in my back garden. For anyone that didn't see the other day. It's very interesting coming into a human body, because it's almost like we have different points of perspective depending on what we are tuning in with. Something I've noticed along my spiritual journey of going inwards and cultivating a relationship with my higher self, with the divine, with my intuition, is that it's very easy for the human body, the human condition, to completely take over. and to really cloud our ability to connect with our intuition and our higher self. There's an analogy, and I think it was in this book called A Return to Love. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was Marianne Williamson. It might have even been A Course in Miracles, but there's a really good analogy for the intuition, the higher self. And that is that the intuition is like the blue sky. The higher self, the divine source, the part of us that is very clear, always knows what to do, always has guidance for us. It is the blue sky. It's always there. And what happens is this blue sky starts to get clouded. And these clouds that fog up our ability to really see our intuition, really feel that blue, see that blue sky. These clouds are all different thoughts that we are creating with our mind. The ego is creating unconsciously, and often these clouds are made up of thoughts that are rooted in fear. Even sometimes I noticed like the feeling of excitement can kind of fog me up, because it's such an intense chemical that it takes me out of this state of calm. And what I've noticed is for us to clear those clouds, for us to clear those clouds and access that blue sky, we need to be in a state of calm. And this is where we access our intuition, when we are in a calm state, when we have created more stillness within our internal world. And this is how we start to connect with the divine, because the messages from the divine are very gentle. The messages from your higher self, from your intuition, are very gentle. It's almost like a whisper, whereas the ego tends to be very loud. And so all we need to do is get ourselves into this state of calmness, bringing ourselves into the body, so that we can really hear those whispers of our soul, of our intuition. Cultivating a calm inner space. And there's many ways that we can do this. Meditation is one of them. I love to practice meditation in the morning, first thing in the morning, to really clear out my energetic field. And I've noticed that what it feels like is almost like my attention is going deeper and deeper into my body. And any feelings that I am having in the body, it's like this emotional residue that might have built up over the night, or maybe everything that we're processing during the night that has happened from the day before. We may wake up feeling heavy, we may wake up feeling a little bit more fuzzy and clouded. And so it's really good for us to start cultivating a practice in the morning that is going to help us bring us into stillness. And I do this every single morning. It is my number one priority to get myself into a state of calm and stillness, so that I can move through the day from that state. And then the decisions that I make from that state are going to be of more likely to be of higher quality than they would be if I was in a state of anxiety, unconsciousness. And someone just said about breathing and just breathing and holding your breath, and the breath is really important on our journey of cultivating a inner world of calm and peace, because the breath is showing us what our state is like. Notice if your breath is shallow or if your breath is deep. We want to start slowing down our breath. We're actually doing this, as we're doing this, we're slowing down the waves of energy inside our system. When we slow down our breath, we start to attune with the energy of nature. And so it's also really good to do this in nature. Slow down our breath, bring our attention into our current space, noticing what is around us. Because a lot of the time, what happens is the mind is so far away. It's thinking about people that are far away. It's thinking about things that have happened in the past. It's thinking about things that are, it is thinking about the future. And these are all very far away from our body. And so we want to start bringing our attention into the body, bringing our attention closer into our internal world, because our internal world is the gateway to the spiritual world. Our senses are the gateway into the spiritual realm. The non-physical realm is where our imagination is. If you think about that, where is your imagination? Your imagination is in the internal, and the imagination is the non-physical realms. You can literally bring to mind your higher self through your imagination. You can start to connect with this version of yourself through setting this intention of bringing this to your mind. And this will start to shift your energetic frequency, because what we are thinking of has a very large impact on what we are thinking. When you start to notice the connection between your thoughts and your feelings, you may notice that when you're feeling a negative emotion, it's because you're thinking a thought that is out of alignment with your higher self. And so we want to start noticing, okay, what am I feeling inside my body right now? What is alive inside my body right now? We can all do it now together. We can take a deep breath into our bodies, noticing any sensations that are currently alive in your body. Is there any heaviness? Maybe you feel tightness or tension. We tend to hold a lot of tension in the shoulders, in the jaw. And so each morning I will make sure to consciously relax these areas of my body. And as I do this, we are bringing more light into our body. If you think of tension and stress as like darkness in the body, as we bring our attention into this body, we are bringing the light of consciousness into the body, and we completely shift our energy field when we do this, because lightness expels darkness. And so wherever there is darkness in the body, meaning anything that is in pain, anything that is feeling constrictive in the body. Tension, when we're holding tension, this is using a lot of energy. This is connected to thoughts that we are thinking that are out of alignment. And so if we are unconsciously thinking a lot of thoughts that are out of alignment, we are using a lot of energy on these thoughts, energy that could be being used for our immune system for healing. And so the way that we come out of these negative loops, because they're often negative when we are unconsciously thinking a lot of thoughts, the way that we come out of this loop is by placing our attention on the feelings in our body. By placing our attention on anything, it doesn't even have to just be the feelings in our body. We can even start with focusing on something outside of us. We can focus on a plant, we can focus on a candle. It's really just bringing your full consciousness into one point. Because when we do that, when you're focusing your full attention on something, it cannot be elsewhere. So maybe throughout the day you've noticed that you have been on this negative spiral, or maybe you have been using a lot of energy thinking about someone, or you've been using a lot of energy worrying about something that's happening at your job, or you're using a lot of energy by worrying about something that happened in the past, or maybe you're worrying or thinking about something that you did and it's creating a lot of guilt in your system. And what we want to do is start to stop this loop by bringing our attention to one thing, one focus. What is that focus going to be for you? That is different for everyone. And for me, I love to do the practice. I do many different practices, but I love to do the practice of bringing my attention, directing it into the feeling in my body that is connected to the thoughts I'm having. And a lot of the time, actually, is I don't even notice what the thoughts are until I bring my attention to that feeling. And then I can start being conscious, because what happens is then you start to notice the memories of what the thoughts that you're having in the last few seconds are. And you'll notice that they could be a lot of worries or doubt or thoughts connected with guilt, or maybe even anger towards someone. And so as we bring our attention, we funnel our stream of consciousness that was being unconsciously used. And this is making us feeling very foggy. It's hard to make decisions when we're in this state. We start to funnel this stream of consciousness, direct our stream of consciousness into the part of our body that is in pain. And when we fully do this, when we fully feel an emotion, it starts to transmute, it starts to dissolve. We're no longer feeding the thoughts that were creating the emotion. And so this completely stops that loop. And what I've noticed as well is when I start to bring my attention into my body, creating more stillness in the mind, more spaciousness in the mind. Many spiritual teachers talk about this, many spiritual traditions talk about this. Even Jesus, it says in the Bible, the kingdom of heaven is within you, and this is how we access this dimension, the dimension of heaven, is by creating space in our internal world. So no matter what we're feeling in the body, we are always connected to the divine. And from this state, we are always receiving guidance. And we can also ask God, Source, the universe, please guide me in this moment. And then trust that you are being guided. And it's important that we start to let go of the activity of the ego, of the mind, this mental activity that clouds up our system, in order to be able to really hear those gentle nudges that come from this spaciousness that we cultivate in our system. I like to imagine Jesus, and I'm not Christian, but I love Jesus and I love to connect with the energy of the Christ. I like to imagine Jesus right next to me, whispering into my ear. This is a really good practice that you can do. Doesn't even have to just be Jesus, it can be whoever you connect with spiritually. Sometimes I do my higher self. The divine is always here for us, never leaves us. We just have to ask. We just have to ask for help. And then listen and have faith. Hey, Alex, welcome, my love. Nice to see you again. Would you be able to mod for me, please, love? Chat's a little insane today. Not everyone. I see you guys put in beautiful messages, and I'm really grateful to all the people that show love in the chat. Thank you so much. Sending you all love. We're always being guided, always receiving guidance from the divine, every step of the way. There is not one decision in your life that you can't ask for help with, even a small decision. And once we start to do this, once we start to act on the guidance that we get from our higher selves, from the divine, it's a practice. And the more we do it, the stronger the relationship becomes, the stronger our intuition becomes. The more we ignore our intuition, the weaker our relationship to our intuition becomes. And sometimes the guidance could be as small as you hear a small voice saying, no more sugar in your tea, as you're putting sugar in your tea. And you can notice that you're ignoring it, or you might be Just like, I'm going to do it anyway. We can start small and practice here and actually do listen to the guidance. And so, you know what? My inner world, my higher self is telling me, let's not put any more sugar in. So I'm going to listen to that and then continue. I like to check in as I make decisions, and I'll imagine Jesus or my higher self, and I'll say, what do you think I should do here? What should I do here? Or if it's like booking a flight. And often I see the divines, it's like in my imagination, like he or she is smiling and saying, yes, go ahead. Or if I'm going, for example, I notice when I am having the urge to go on social media and check my notifications, I'm getting this guidance like, don't do it. Stop. It's a waste of energy. Because my higher self knows that once I start to engage in this activity, that it's not going to be good for my energy. It's going to be a waste of energy. And the higher self knows that energy is very precious. Where we put our energy has so much power, and we can achieve and we can do so much with our energy when we understand that truth, how powerful we are. Every single one of us. And so my higher self will know that this certain activity that I'm about to do is not going to be good for me. It may drain me in some way. Same with relationships. Our intuition always knows. How much energy we should be putting into a relationship, how much energy we want to allow ourselves to feed into a certain person. And you can notice when you're experiencing interactions with different people, how they make your body feel. Are these people nourishing for your life, or are they draining for your life? It's the same with everything. We have a relationship to everything. You start to realize that life is relationships. We have a relationship to the other humans. We have the relationship to food. We have a relationship to the work that we're doing, our creations. And so before we do something, we can ask ourselves, is this going to be a good use of my energy? Meaning, is it going to drain me? Or is it going to replenish me? Is it going to help me feel, is it going to help me to stay in a state of peace? Or is it going to completely take me out of a state of peace? There's certain people in our lives that may be contributing to the draining of our energy. Because there's two types of relationships in this world. There are relationships that are healthy, that feel like love, that feel fun, that feel like care and honor. And then there are relationships that are painful. There are relationships that feel like attachment and need. And we have to ask ourselves, why am I feeling so drawn to putting my energy into a relationship that is actually draining my energy? Why am I doing that? Because it's addictive. The chemicals that are created when we engage in relationships that are draining for us, that activate our ego, are actually very addictive. And so it's all comes back to starting to master our inner world, starting to master the pharmacy of our body. Our body is a pharmacy. It's always releasing chemicals, and different activities, different relationships are going to activate different chemicals in our body. The stress hormone cortisol tends to be very addictive for some people. We go on these journeys of extreme highs and lows, and this can be a very addictive process because when we drop down into the low, the addiction is saying, I need more of the high. It's the same with doing drugs. If we get addicted to certain substances, or not saying that all substances are bad, but it's again, it's about the relationship that we have to them. And so if we notice that a relationship is taking this form of extreme highs and lows, then we can know that we are unconsciously acting out a pattern that the ego loves, that the ego thrives in. But the good thing is once we start to notice this, once we start to become aware that we are in the pattern, we can start to change it. We can start to choose more peaceful relationships. One way that you can start to really get on this path of choosing more peaceful relationships is by cultivating peace within your system when you're alone, because then you know what peace feels like. And so when you come into a relationship, I'm not saying that every relationship is like this relationship is going to be so easy, but we all know that, okay, I am wanting to invite more people into my life that help me to stay in a peaceful state, in a calm state. And so if I'm in relationships that are not reflecting this, then I will have less tolerance for them. Visualizing in your mind how you will feel when you're in a healthy relationship with someone. And it's not just relationships, you know, right now this is coming to me to speak about relationships, and I'm guessing that that is because maybe there are a lot of people in this chat that need to hear this, but this can relate to our career, this can relate to our relationship to anything really. But what you can start to do is imagine that the relationships in your life, imagine how they would make you feel if they were really healthy. Get yourself into that state of calm peace, and then imagine yourself interacting with other people from that state. Imagine someone telling you that they love you and asking you how you are, checking up on you, caring for you, and then notice how that feels in your system to be in a relationship that is very loving, very caring, secure. Notice how maybe that is contrasting some of the relationships that are already in our lives. We start to see how maybe we are engaging in patterns that are contradicting self love. We don't have to take action on it right now. We can just start to notice, start to become aware. We can ask ourselves, where in my life am I acting in alignment with self love? And where in my life am I not acting in alignment with self love? See what comes to your imagination, your Your intuition always has an answer for you. And you can also, a really beautiful practice that you can do is put your hand on your heart. We want to cultivate a very strong relationship with our heart, because our heart is a portal to our intuition, the heart space, the heart chakra. And so we can bring our attention to our heart and we can ask ourselves, what does my heart want me to know right now? What does my intuition want me to know right now? What does source want me to know right now? What does my higher self want me to know right now? These are all just words for the same thing. The divine part of us, that deeper part of us. The blue sky that I was talking about earlier, that's always there. Always available to us. Ready for us to hear its messages. It actually wants us to tune in. The universe is always trying to get us to listen. It's just that we don't quite understand, as a species, how the instrument of our body works. We're still in this process of tuning our instrument, becoming a finely tuned instrument. And when the human becomes a finely tuned instrument, we will be very good at understanding, mastering our emotions, the chemicals in our body, directing our mind in the way that we want to direct it, instead of being a slave to our ego, a slave to our mind. And so we can bring ourselves back to this practice of asking ourselves, what does my intuition want me to know now? And I would recommend to get yourself into a state of spaciousness and calm before you do this. We want to clear the mind before we do this. We want to start to notice the space in between thoughts, create spaciousness, daily practice of bringing ourselves to the present moment. And then asking ourselves, what does my intuition want me to know right now? You can ask yourself now. And then just listen. What's the first message that pops up? The intuition is usually, or the intuition is the first thing that pops up to you. What usually happens after that is that's when the ego starts to get involved. Especially if we have been very unconscious that day, we may get a message from the intuition, and then that may be quickly clouded by fears from the ego. But each day, when we return to this practice of presence, when we strengthen our ability to create space in our internal system, we are actually clearing our energy field when we do this. We are completely shifting our vibration when we do this. You can imagine your energy field is made up of thoughts, it's made up of beliefs, it's made up of your self-concept, it's made up of fears, it's made up of all the things that you are attached to mentally, psychologically, spiritually. In the non-physical realm, this is your energy field. It's the non-physical part of you. So everything in your energy field is going towards your state of vibration, your vibrational frequency. So depending on what is in your energy field. Hey Hannah Lucy, welcome this morning. And welcome to everyone else as well. I'm just saying hello to Hannah because she's one of my mods, and yes, it's nice to see her. But I'm not actually reading the comments right now. I'm just kind of flowing, but I'll come to the comments soon. Maybe we'll do a Q&A. But as I was saying, our energy field is made up of our self-concept, beliefs, fears, things that we are focusing on. And so when we can start to bring our attention into the present moment, our energy field starts to clear. If we are very unconscious, our energy field can be very dense and very heavy. And so we want to start Doing practices every day to clear the energy field. When we have a clear energy field, it is much easier to hear our intuition, much easier to hear the higher self. And it's also much easier to connect with the imagination, to get downloads from source, inspiration, ideas. If we are clouded by our ego, by fears, if we are clouded by lots and lots of thoughts, then it's very hard for the ideas to actually penetrate those thoughts. And also, if you can imagine your energy field being made up of lots of darkness, like fearful, dense energies. For one, this is our state of vibration. So we're going to be attracting more and more thoughts like this if we're not conscious. Remember, it's a loop, unconscious loops. So we'll be attracting more thoughts and energy that is similar. So if we've got a very dense energy field, we will not only be attracting more energy from the non-physical realm that is also dense, but we will also attract people into our lives that have a similar energy field, that match our frequency. And so as we clear our energy field, we start to attract higher vibrational people into our lives. We start to attract higher vibrational opportunities into our lives. We are literally shifting our energy field from that of darkness into light. And all we have to do is bring the light of consciousness into our field by being present, by focusing our attention into the body. We are literally pulling universal energy into our body when we do this. We are opening the channel for infinite love to flow into our body. And you can literally imagine, use your imagination, guys. Use your imagination to literally imagine light entering into your body. This is an extremely powerful process, an extremely powerful practice. Because imagine that instead you are, which is what most humans are doing right now, is that they are unconsciously, their stream of consciousness is being unconsciously used by negativity, thinking about what happened yesterday, thinking about what happened 10 years ago, thinking about how I'm not good enough, thinking about how I am so unloved, I am not wanted, I am all the things that our ego tends to focus on. Usually it's negative, creating a very dense energy field. So we feel very low. Our emotions are always telling us what we are focusing on. And so if we're feeling really low, we can be sure that we are focusing on a lot of negativity in our mind. And so instead of allowing our stream of consciousness to be completely taken up with all of this negativity, these fears, these self concepts, we can start to direct our mind instead. You do that imagination practice of, I'm going to imagine literally light coming in from the heavens, from the sky, entering into my body, into the top of my head, and flooding my whole energy with golden, pure white light. Feel how that feels when you do that. And do it every day. Gratitude, saying thank you every day. Start to switch our focus from that of negativity into what I'm grateful for. The mind tends to automatically focus on what we don't have. It's this survival instinct in us. It's like, if I focus on what I don't have, then I can avoid not getting into the situations. But the actual problem with that is, or the issue, what happens with that is when we're focusing on what we don't have, we attract more of that into our lives. So we want to start shifting our focus onto what I do have and what I desire, what I want to bring in. How am I going to start bringing more of this in? How do I already have the thing that I desire? If I desire connection, how do I already have connection in my life? Hey Dan, welcome. Nice to see you. If we are feeling like we are starved of connection, we're feeling really alone, isolated, we need to start shifting our focus into how do I already have connection? Maybe a connection with the trees, connection with nature, connection with animals. And then we can start seeking, okay, how can I start bringing more connection into my life instead of focusing on, I don't have any connection, I don't have any, I'm so isolated. Okay, that's fine. Our system is telling us that this is a need that we have. How can I start to bring more into my life then? It's all about listening to our system. What is it? What is it trying to tell us in this moment that we need? Saying thank you in every moment. Start to cultivate this practice of saying thank you before you drink every drink that you have. Thank you, God, for this wonderful water or coconut water in my case. Thank you. Cultivating a relationship with the elements. I start to sense the aliveness in the water when I do this. The more I'm connecting with the water before I drink it, I'm like, oh, I really love this relationship that I have with this water. And then as we drink it, we are literally putting these blessings into our body. You can imagine this. So every moment of the day, you are using your imagination, you're directing your mind in a way that is bringing more light into your body. As soon as you wake up saying, thank you, God, for another beautiful day on earth, another opportunity to connect, another opportunity to understand, to serve, to do what I came here to do. Thank you, God, for showing me how to do that. Thank you, God, for guiding me and allowing me to see my gifts so that I can be of service to my fellow humans and the earth, our brothers and sisters. Guys, if you're enjoying this live and you want to support me, please do like and subscribe. Be very helpful for my channel, so I much appreciate it. And also, you'll get to see future lives. So, yes, thank you. Okay, let's do a little Q&A, guys. If you want to ask questions, now is the time. I'm going to actually be reading the chat. So if there's anything that we spoke about that you all want more information on, please do ask. Hey, Hannah. Hey, Omar. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you, my love. How are you feeling today, guys? Thank you, Alex. Vegan Christianity. Hello, my darling. Are you in a relationship? I'm in many relationships, my love. I'm in a relationship with God, a relationship with my beautiful family. I'm in relationship with my dog. I'm in relationship to my art. So yes, always in relationship. Are you from Australia? No, my darling. I'm from England. How to remove the bad energy and negative thoughts. Okay, thank you, Armargalis, for that question. So the way that we want to start to dissolve negative energy is by transforming it, because obviously you know that energy doesn't ever it transforms, right? You can't actually get rid of energy. We can transform it. And so if you think about the energy in your energy field as either light or darkness, and at any moment there are going to be parts of your energy field that are holding some darkness. And it's not anything to be afraid of. This is something that we need to understand about negativity, is When we are afraid of our own negativity, we actually add more negativity onto negativity, because in A Course in Miracles, it says that we are either focused on that of love or fear. And so everything always comes down to the root of either love or fear. And so any negativity is actually, it's rooted in fear. And so we can't fight fear by being afraid of it. We can't, love never attacks fear, ever. And so the only way to start to transform negative energy into positive energy in our system is to direct love into it, to bring more light into the darkness, to bring more light, shine light into any areas of our body that are currently holding dense energy, darkness. And so we do that by using our mind, directing our mind, our focus, our precious energy into the parts of our body that are in pain. Maybe we're feeling challenging emotions in our body. And so we want to start using the light of our consciousness to shine love and positive energy into those areas. There's many different practices that you can do to shift negative energy. Okay? Shining the light of our consciousness into our body is one of them. We can also exercise, because what's happening, let me explain this to you, okay? When we are using a lot of energy on negativity, for example, maybe we feel really anxious or we're feeling really low, a lot of our energy is being used up in the mind, thinking about all these negative thoughts, fear, that are all rooted in fear. And so when we exercise, when we do like cardio, you can do like cardio for 20 minutes and would be enough to burn up that energy. You're starting to burn up the energy into the exercise instead. So exercise is a really good way to start to clear any dense energy in your system. Yoga is a great way. We also want to be very, very careful, very conscious of what we are consuming, okay? And because, like I said, our energy field is made up of our beliefs, things we are focusing on, things we are imagining, our thoughts, self concepts, things we are processing from the day. And so, whatever we are focusing on, whatever we have consumed, is going to be in our energy field. So, if we are consuming a lot of horror movies, that energy is going to be in our energy field for a period of time until it clears out. And so maybe if you watch a lot of energy field and you're conscious of what you're thinking after, you might not notice a lot of dark thoughts. And so that's why I say it's very important that we're conscious of what we are consuming and how it's affecting us. Music is very, very impactful on our energy field. Everything is vibration. And so the messages that are in music, the frequency that is in music is affecting our energy field. And so we can start to shift our energy field by listening to very calming music or very uplifting, vibrationally high music. We might even be able to shift our energy field. Like certain music is going to, everything has a level. So if you're at a very low level, let's say you're feeling really powerless, right? Or you're feeling really low about yourself, even listening to like a Cardi B song could shift your energy field. It really depends where you are on the scale. Because she has like this empowering music to some people. To some people, listening to Cardi B, it could be bring their energy field down. It really depends where you are. So everything does have its medicine, but it really depends on each person, what you need specifically in that moment. That's why certain affirmations don't work on certain people. Because if you are at this place of extreme powerlessness and you have got like no self-love, and you're trying to tell yourself I love myself through affirmations, and the gap is too big, you can't actually, it just won't work. It might even make you feel worse. And so we need to start taking small steps depending on where we are. And coming back to being conscious of what we are consuming, it's really important that we are aware when we have consumed something, how it is making us feel. And this can be physical or non physical. Food. How do we feel after we eat certain foods? Some foods, like processed foods, are going to be very difficult for our body to process. And so our body is using a lot of energy to process that. This can cause stress on the body. And so, if we can consume foods that are going to calm our nervous system down instead, then we start to free up energy, and we can direct that energy into things that we actually want to direct that energy into. It's way more efficient. If we are constantly eating processed, dense energy, because food is energy, if we are always consuming this dense and difficult to process energy, then our body is going to be in a state of stress trying to process it. Lots of sugar also is not good for the body. And so notice how you feel after you've eaten something. Notice how you feel after you have scrolled on TikTok or Instagram. What is in your energy field when you have been engaging in certain activities? How is it affecting your energy field? Is it draining your energy field? Is it causing you to think negative thoughts about yourself? Is it making you compare yourself to other people? We want to be very conscious when we notice this happening, bringing ourselves back to the present moment. Okay, maybe you notice that scrolling on Instagram or on TikTok for an hour has put you into this state of feeling powerless, feeling doom, or comparing yourself to other people's lives. This is where we're now focusing our energy. And so is this an activity that is actually useful for me? Or is there somewhere else that I could be placing my energy? Maybe reading a book, for example. Maybe after I read a spiritual text, I feel more energized. I feel more clear. Maybe it's not going to give me the most dopamine, because dopamine is very addictive and Instagram gives us instant, and social media gives us instant hits of dopamine, but then we crash and we start to come down. Thank you, Amuglis, for your question. Okay, guys, if anyone else has any more questions, I'm reading the chat. Charlie, be the kid you once were. Yes, absolutely. Connecting with our child self is an amazing spiritual practice. What is the solution for us to live in peace in a healthy way? Thank you for your question, my love. For us to live in a state of peace, we need to start to be able to accept the present moment, accept exactly what is happening right now, what is alive in us right now. What are we feeling right now? We need to start accepting and surrendering to what is going on in our internal worlds. This is how we cultivate more peace, how we start to become at peace with what is going on instead of resisting it. If we are not in a state of peace, we are in a state of resistance. We are actually resisting what is going on currently in our present moment. Externally or internally, it can be both. We might be resisting it is both. When we are resisting what's going on the external world, we are also resisting how we feel. We need to be able to start accepting and surrendering into how we feel, and then take decisions from there. If we need to make changes to our situation, then we may have the intuition to do that. But we first have to accept what is going on in our internal world. This is how we start to cultivate a compassionate relationship with ourselves, listening to ourselves. We can be at peace with the pain that we are feeling in our body. Being at peace doesn't necessarily mean being happy all the time. It means being at peace with what is. So each day we may be fluctuating emotionally. We are experiencing, as a human, we are experiencing the multifaceted journey of being a human. There's no escaping that. Sometimes we feel happy, sometimes we feel sad, sometimes we feel excited, sometimes we feel anxious, sometimes we feel nervous, sometimes we feel sad, sometimes we feel grief. This is the human experience, and this is the journey of being a human that we all came here to experience. We're not trying to escape that. We want to work with it. We want to master it. We all came here to master that experience. If you're understanding and you're resonating with this chat, you came to this earth to start to master, to master your the human body, to assist with the evolution of the human species. Human species is constantly evolving. Everything is constantly evolving and changing, and us as souls have come into this incarnation to assist with the evolution and to experience the evolution of being human. And you can consciously assist in this evolution. And so, as I was saying, we are going to be experiencing, even when we are in peace, we're still going to be experiencing the challenges that come with being a human. There's no escaping challenges. That is part of life. But when we start to raise our frequency and we start to look at things from a higher perspective, we walk side by side with God, with the universe, with source, with our higher self, then we start to view our challenges from a different perspective. And we start to have compassion for the state of being a human. Does that make sense? Do you understand that you're a soul that has come into the human body and your true self is the deepest part of you? You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the one experiencing them. You are the one that can be aware of the thought. The I am. Pure consciousness, pure awareness. That is your essence, and that is every single person's essence. That's why we're all the same thing. Our essence, at the core of our essence, we are all the same. We are pure consciousness experiencing life as a human. And every single human is different. We get to experience life in the different expressions of being a human. And that is where we start to understand our gifts as we incarnated onto this planet. The body that you came into has its own gifts, has its own ways of being in service. And the message of the soul is to start to direct our energy into the body so that we can assist this body to be of service. And so as we experience this journey of being a soul in a human body, we will experience challenges. We will experience the fluctuations in mood, the fluctuations of emotion. But we can do it from a peaceful place, from a place of acceptance, from a place of surrender to, okay, this is what is right now. This is what I'm noticing right now. This is the situation that I'm in right now. Do I need to take action to change something, to improve something? Or do I need to just be with it right now? Sometimes there's nothing to do. Sometimes we do need to act. It depends. Okay, I hope that answered your question. Thank you. Okay. How to organize positive thoughts and calm it down. How to control fear if we get a panic attack. Thank you, Omargalis. Okay. When you say how to organize positive thoughts, the one thing that comes to my mind is having a gratitude list. This is like such a simple spiritual practice, spoke about all the time, because it is extremely powerful. Okay? Every single morning, write down what you're grateful for. Write down at least 5 things that you would miss if you did not have them. We all have at least 5 things that we would miss, and that could be even a tree, your body, your leg. When it comes to being in a state of panic, what happened is that our mind has become extremely identified with fear. A lot of the time when people go into panic attacks, they actually feel like they're going to die. They feel like it's this intense feeling of like, oh my god, like you feel like you're going to die. This happened to me before. The way that we can start to calm ourselves down in this moment is by sending all of our attention into where in our body we are feeling the panic, the anxiety. We want to start sending the light of our consciousness into this area of our body and breathing, taking deep breaths. When we're in a state of panic as well, our breath shortens. It goes very short and shallow. So you want to remind yourself to deep breathe. Slow down the breath as much as you can. Remind yourself it's okay. I'm completely here with you now. I'm completely here with you now. Because in that moment, we've actually become completely identified with these extremely fearful thoughts. And so to us, they are real. They are extremely real. We are convinced that that is what's happening. And so we need to start to break that loop. It's an extremely tight spiral. It's like we are so identified with this spiral. So we need to stop that loop by breathing really deeply into our bellies and sending our attention into where we are feeling the feelings that we're having. It might take a little while, especially when we're in a state of panic. It might take a little while to calm down. We want to sit with ourselves until those thoughts start to subside, until those feelings start to subside. Hugging someone, if there's someone that you can hug, that can be a really helpful thing as well. Because a lot of the time we feel unsafe or we feel like something bad's going to happen. asking someone to hold your hand, or asking someone to just be with you to help you with your breathing. Bring it back to the breath. The breath is extremely powerful. We need to slow down our breath. Also, another tip for if you're in a panic attack is doing squats. Get your energy into your body, because when we're in panic, our mind is being completely used by fear. And so we want to bring ourselves into the body. You can do squats, you can do like star jumps. Start to just move that body, that energy around, burning up energy. Hey Mantha, nice to see you again, my love. Don't wish for an easier life. Build a stronger mind. Treat your struggles as fuel for ambition. The harder you ground, the higher you bounce. Yes, Jay Barley. I love that. Thank you, Lindy. Rising to shine. Nice to see you again. Embrace each and every moment in all its abundance, because your next breath is not guaranteed. Exactly. We need to be reminding ourselves, guys. Death is a natural part of life, it's part of nature. And actually, the soul doesn't die, but we only get one opportunity in this body, as far as we know. Every moment is unique. And so let's feel into this moment. What is the magic that is in this moment? Yes, zero fear is 100% is important. Yes, we want to be directing our mind to that of love. In A Course in Miracles, it says that our mind is either being used by the divine or being used by the ego in any given moment. And so where, notice the quality of our thoughts. Where is your mind being used? Are you directing your mind, or is your mind being used by your ego? How to remind my body I'm safe when my mind is not anxious, but my body turns it. How, Hannah Lucy, how to remind my body I'm safe when my mind is not anxious, but my body turns it. What do you mean turns it? You mean when your body is feeling unsafe? For one, first of all, if you're feeling unsafe in a situation, we want to start understanding why. Because this could be a message from our body that we need to change something. It really depends on the situation that you're in. It depends on, like, for example, if you're in a situation where you're actually not unsafe, maybe you're sitting in nature somewhere and everything's fine, and you start to feel, or you're sitting in your garden, you start to feel really unsafe. We want to start noticing why it is that we feel unsafe. This is going to give us the information of what to do next. Are we feeling unsafe because there's actually a threat? In which case we need to take action. For example, if we are in the woods and then a bear shows up or a wolf shows up or something, and we're feeling unsafe, it's like, okay, fair. In this moment, I need to act. But if we are feeling unsafe and there's actually no threat, then we want to start to listen to our thoughts, observing our thoughts. Why are we feeling unsafe? What is it I'm thinking right now that's making me feel unsafe? And just this process of observing our thoughts is going to start to um, lower the intensity, because it's no longer an unconscious act. When it's an unconscious act, we are attracting more and more thoughts that are of the same vibrational frequency. And so when we start to observe our thoughts, we then start to direct our mind, our stream of consciousness. We no longer are unconsciously being used by these thoughts that are connected with fear. So we really want to start noticing what is it that's making me feel unsafe. So sometimes we are feeling unsafe and that's valid. You know, we might be in a relationship, we might be having a conversation with someone might be emotionally abusive to us, and we might feel this feeling of unsafety in our body. And so we want to notice why. What thoughts am I having when I'm speaking to this person? Is there some action that I need to take? Do I need to remove myself from this situation right now? Think of your body as like your a child that you are looking after as the higher self, as the soul. You have a responsibility coming into this body to look after it, to protect it. And so if your body is feeling unsafe because someone is threatening you or because you are being emotionally manipulated, then you need to make a decision. Your higher self, your intuition needs to make a decision of what is it that you're going to do right now in this situation to make yourself feel better. Do you need to remove yourself right now so that you can feel calm again? Do you need to take a break from this person so that you can recenter? Does that help, Hannah? Lucy? Sending you pure and genuine wishes from a stranger. May life always be kind to you. May your smiles outweigh your worries. And may every step you take lead closer to your dreams. Take care. Thank you, Jay Barley. Sending that message to everyone in the chat. Okay, does anyone else have any other questions? Mm. How's everyone feeling today? Pardon me. Good, Hannah, I'm glad. Do you have any follow-up questions? Anything that you want more clarity on? What if my mind is controlled by my ego? Just starting to notice that our mind is being used by negativity is the first step. Bringing ourselves into this state of conscious awareness of, okay, I'm having a lot of thoughts right now. I'm having a lot of negativity coming up and I'm noticing it. And knowing that just noticing it is very powerful and that you are becoming more conscious by just noticing it. Because a lot of people don't notice it, they don't even know that's happening. Thank you for 100 likes, guys. So, yes, know that when you are noticing negative thoughts, you are becoming more conscious, you are awakening, you are in becoming more aware. If you're noticing feelings inside of your body and you're noticing the connection between your emotions and your thoughts, you are becoming more aware. You are um, noticing things that most humans aren't noticing right now. Okay, how do I stop caring what others think and feeling imposter syndrome? Thank you for your question, HS. Okay. Okay. So, when we are noticing that we are being pulled or drained by this incessant thinking about what other people are feeling or thinking about us, you might notice that actually what we're doing is we are assuming the worst usually. It's our imagination is actually creating assumptions that other people are thinking negatively about us. This is why it's painful. This is why it's difficult. So instead of assuming the worst, you can start to assume the best. Assume that other people think you're inspiring when you're authentic. Assume that people love you and care for you. That's one way to stop caring, because now instead of focusing on what they might think that is bad, we can start to focus on what they might think that is really good. Both are possibilities. It's also a law of the universe that we start to experience the predominant thoughts in our imagination. And so when you are um, largely focused on this imagination or assumption that people are um, really loving you and people are inspired by you and they are you literally imagine in your mind that people are um, enjoying your energy, this will start to manifest in your reality. If you are doing the opposite and you're thinking about other people not liking you, then maybe you are attracting that kind of energy into your reality. And so we have to start shifting our imagination, our assumption. We can also do this by really think of like one person in your life that you know loves you. There is proof of someone that really loves your authenticity, your true self. Bring that person to mind every day and then start to collect more proof all the time. It could be as small as you smile at a stranger and they smile back. Use that as proof as your assumption that people like you. And the second part of your question was to do with imposter syndrome. Okay, so imposter syndrome is when we are feeling like we are not um, ready to be doing something that we want to do, when we feel like we are not good enough to be doing what we want to do, or we feel like we are not qualified to be doing what we want to do. I would really start to question those beliefs. I would ask myself, is this 100% true? When I notice this feeling of not being good enough for whatever it is that I want to do, can I just ask you specifically what it is that you're feeling imposter syndrome with that might help? But it's very normal for us to get imposter syndrome, especially when we are doing something that we really care about. And what's happening as well is a lot of the time we are um, worried that other people are going to think that we're not good enough at whatever it is that we're doing. We've lost faith in some way as well. So it also comes back to trust. Trust that what you are being guided to do by the divine, by your intuition, Have faith that there's a reason that you're being guided to do that and that you are the best person for that. You wouldn't be being guided to do something by the divine, by your intuition, if you were not the best person to do that. God would ask someone else. Because God sees you as the most qualified person to do what God is asking you to do what your higher self or your intuition or source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, whatever you are being guided to do, whatever you are feeling the desire to take action on, whatever you are, the thing that you want most, the things that you are, that excite you, that light you up. You are the best, you are the most qualified for doing that because it lights you up. The universe would never ever ask you to do something that you do not want to do. Why would it do that? It's such an inefficient thing to do. So it makes no sense for people to be in jobs that they don't enjoy. And so many people on this planet are out of alignment and in jobs that they don't enjoy. And it's such an inefficient way for our species to work. We should all be enjoying Earth, doing what we came here to do. So every day, say this prayer: God, please show me what gifts in me I have so that I can be of service to the whole in a way that is in harmony with my nature. Every day, say that prayer and watch your life completely change. Because it will. Set your intention every day. When we're in service to our fellow humans, our brothers and sisters on this planet, we are in service to ourselves as well. We cannot be in service to someone else without being in service to ourselves. We cannot extend love to another without extending love to ourselves, without being the source of love. When you are sending love to someone else, who do you think is going to feel it first? It came from your body. Isn't that beautiful? The universe wants you to be in service in the way that is in harmony with your nature. So if there is something that you don't enjoy, that you are dreading to do and you're still doing it, then you're out of alignment. And I know sometimes it's hard to hear that. And it can bring up a lot of fear because a lot of us are very scared of change. Change can bring up a lot of fear in the human system. But know that the things that you are so afraid of are not real. Fear is not real. The first line in the Course of Miracles is, if I remember it, I always forget this, it'll come back to me. If it comes back to me, I'll tell you. Has anyone got any questions? Thank you, Jay Barley, for your support. I can make you a mod if you want, my love. Fear is not real. Fear is distortion and illusion that is created by the ego. What's your fave quote? Oh, God. My fave quote? I don't have a favorite quote, like one. But one of the first realizations that awoke me was was when Eckhart Tolle, and it's so simple, but Eckhart Tolle said in the Power of Now that um, if you're able to observe your thoughts, then how can you be your thoughts? Ugh, I probably butchered that, but it was something like if you're not your thoughts because you are the one observing them. And when we realize that and we are able to notice how that makes us feel, it really like begs the question, who really are we? What are we? Am I this body or am I experiencing this body? I invite everyone to smile because when we smile, it sends the message into our body that we are happy. Test it. What happens when you smile? What do you feel? There's a spiritual practice where people will just laugh. Just laugh. Guys, if you want to support my channel, please do subscribe. Please do like. I'd love to see you all again. It's fun gathering with you guys, speaking about spirituality, speaking about the deeper purpose of life. How do we get to heaven? Ah, the kingdom of heaven is within you, my love. I swear it was like, I've never read the Bible, but I think it was Luke something that is the kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay. You don't get to heaven. Heaven is not a place that we travel to physically. Heaven is a state of consciousness. You can be in heaven right now. The way to access heaven, the dimension of heaven, is by being in the present moment. That is where God resides. That is where the divine resides. What if the mind is controlled by the ego? Then we must start to direct our mind. We must start to bring ourselves back to the present moment. Find peace in the present moment. Start to cultivate a practice of finding space and stillness, being in the present moment. That is what you need to do before anything else. When your mind is focused on one thing, it can't be being used by the ego. Mm-hmm. Is there an afterlife? So I love to talk about this because I am someone that has done a lot of research on near-death experiences. When you start to look into near-death experiences and the world of leaving the body, OBEs, NDEs, but let's stick to NDEs now for this question. You'll start to notice that there are themes when people have left their body, died, and come back to Earth. They have stories to tell, and there are many, many themes that are being expressed by people that have experienced the other side. And one of these themes is the experience of leaving the body, seeing the body, and feeling like that body is not me, but actually I am the one that is still alive. There was no death. If you look into near-death experience, guys, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have had experiences where they have died, they've transitioned over to the other side, and they've come back to life to tell their story. There is a lot of evidence right now on this planet for the fact that we do not really die. Our soul does not really die. We will go on. And I'm pretty sure that that is the truth. Energy just changes form. It can't disappear. If you've ever been around someone or had the experience of watching someone die, someone leave their body, you might have sensed this feeling of their consciousness leaving, that they're no longer in the body, that this body was not them, that they've been released. Is Jesus the only way to heaven? So I don't believe this from a um, religious sense in the way that it is understood in Christianity, but the way that I understand this sentence is that Jesus, the Christ, is within all of us. The divine part of ourselves is within all of us. And when we access this divine part of ourselves, we are in heaven. When we are in the present moment, when we are in a state of peace, we get to experience life from the heavenly realms in the state of heaven. And so I would understand this sentence as when we are with Jesus, we are in heaven because Jesus is a symbol for love and compassion. And so if we are in alignment with the Christ consciousness, then we are in heaven. And so maybe people will understand this differently. I don't understand it in the sense of we need to believe and say Jesus is my Lord and Savior in order to go to heaven after life. That to me makes absolutely no sense. But it does make sense to me in a sense of right now in this moment that is the only moment that ever exists. Have you ever existed outside of this moment? And so in this moment, where is your state of consciousness? Is it focused on that of love or focused on that of fear? Is it being used by the divine, by the Christ, or is it being used by the ego? And so we can ask God to guide us. We can ask the Christ to guide us. Love, compassion to guide us. Does anyone else have any more questions? Amy, how do I stop procrastinating? Okay, my love. Procrastination is a form of resistance. So if you notice yourself procrastinating, you want to go into this feeling of whatever the feeling is that you're having in this body, and you want to speak to the part of you that is procrastinating. Literally ask this part of you, why am I procrastinating right now? And what is the answer that comes up, Hannah Lucy, when you ask yourself, why am I procrastinating right now? Can you do it now and say, why am I procrastinating? Is there an answer that comes up for you? The quickest answer, the first answer that comes to you, what is that? Why am I procrastinating? Is it because you don't want to do what you're doing? Or is it because you are what you're doing is bringing up fear? Because what's happening when we are in this state of resistance, of procrastination, it's because we are either not wanting to do what we want to do, and that could mean that this is not in alignment for us, or it could be that we are having thoughts that are contradicting what it is that we are trying to do. Meaning, we are having thoughts like, if I do this, I might not be successful. It might be a waste of time. What is it that you're scared of, Hannah? Sometimes we are procrastinating because we actually don't want to do what we want to do, what we're trying to force ourselves to do. So, depending on the answer that we get, is going to be how we move forwards. If the answer that we get is like, I just don't want to do this, then we need to figure out, why am I doing this then? Am I doing this to please someone else, or am I doing this because it's actually in alignment? If we're trying to do something to please someone else and we don't actually want to do it, it's like rowing upwards in a stream, like against the current. And so if it's failing, you're scared of failing. Okay, Hannah Lucy, you've noticed that the reason why you're procrastinating is because you have a fear of failure. So now ask yourself, do I want to align with this fear of failure? Because what happens is, when we procrastinate, when we stop doing what we're doing because we're scared of failing, what we are doing is we are aligning with this thought of, I am going to fail. And you see how this is how we manifest the failure, because we are unconsciously aligning with that belief, with that fear, by stopping. And so ask yourself, do I want to align with this fear of failure and manifest it? Or do I want to choose a new thought? Do I want to assume that I will succeed and align with that instead? You see, when we become aware of these thoughts, with these fears, they start to lose their grip on us. So questioning why we're doing things, questioning why we are in resistance, is the most important thing. Understanding where it is coming from. Thank you, Jay Barley. I appreciate your beautiful words. Guys, I screenshot lovely comments all the time, and I put them in a folder as proof of my assumption, of proof that people love me. This is what we can all do. Start to cultivate proof of the assumption that you want, and the universe will give you more of it. And don't accept anything that is out of alignment with it. I have zero tolerance for people in my life that are treating me the way that I don't want to be treated. Thank you, Omaglis. Okay, Hannah Lucy, did that help with your procrastination thing? Has anyone else got any more questions? Amy, it's hard to face my like that. What do you mean, my love? Hey, Jack Darby. I really like your way of helping us see what's under the surface. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. I'll screenshot that one as well. Does anyone else have any more questions for today? We're at 111 minutes. It's hard to face myself like that. Yes, it's normal for that to be difficult, my love. Sometimes we don't want to look at the fears. But just know that when you see them for what they are, they lose their power. Happy birthday, my love. My only question is, can you lead a short prayer for overcoming fear? Of course, let's do that. Okay. Thank you, God, for helping me to become of any fear. Sorry. Thank you, God, for helping me to become aware of any fear that is currently in my energy field and in my system. Helping me to have the courage to face this fear and to see it for what it truly is, illusion. Thank you, God, for helping me to replace any fear that is in my system with love, with courage, with power, with empowerment. Thank you, God, for helping me to be my most empowered self today. And so that anything that is blocking me from being fully in a service to be dissolved, God, please help me to do that. God, please replace any fear with love so that I may be a light shining on this planet, so that I may be in service to my fellow brothers and sisters and Mother Earth. May I be reminded that when I'm in a state of fear, I'm not able to be of service. And God, I so much want to be in service on this planet. Help me to know the peace of being used for your will, God. God, help me to be aware of anywhere that I am using, that my mind is being used in ways that are not in alignment with love, so that I may shift my focus to that of love. Help me to release anything that is an obstacle, that is getting in the way of me from expressing true love, my true, empowered, beautiful, authentic expression. God, please help me to remove any obstacles that are in the way of me expressing myself authentically. God, please help me to be a beacon of light on this planet so that I may help to bring more consciousness, more love, more harmony onto this earth. Please show me where I may be withholding love. Please, God, help me to have the courage to shine my light on anything in my system that is not in alignment with you. Help me to have compassion for the parts of myself that are in pain, that are in fear. Help me to truly love myself. Help me to rise up in empowerment. God, please help me to clear anything that is blocking me from hearing your guidance, your support. I am listening. May I be reminded that love is infinite and I am a channel for it. Thank you. And so it is. Amen. And guys, just breathing in. Imagine yourself breathing in fresh, new, light energy into your energy field. Taking a deep breath right now, the deepest breath that you've taken all day. Imagine light coming in from the heavens, entering into the top of your head and flooding your body, flooding your whole energy field with liquid light, golden light, white light, whatever feels good to you. Breathing in that fresh energy and then blowing out anything that is dense, anything that is dark, anything that is stuck, stagnant. Just breathing all of that out with your out breath. Bringing a smile to your face. Saying thank you, God, for another beautiful day on earth. Another opportunity to be here in this body. Another opportunity to express, to create, to be of service. We are all here to shine our light in our own unique, authentic way. Every single one of us is needed on this planet. Every single one of us, everyone is needed in your own unique way. Slowing down the breath, guys. Thank you, Lauren, for your kind words. Inviting more spaciousness into your body as you take deeper breaths and elongate your breaths, noticing your body feeling like it is expanding. Noticing your body calm down. Noticing more peace being cultivated in your internal system as you take deeper breaths. And it's okay if you feel anything that is challenging in your body. It's completely normal. A lot of the time when we do this practice, we might start to notice uncomfortable emotions in our body. Know that that is completely normal, and know that your attention, your awareness, your consciousness being shining your consciousness, the light of your consciousness on these feelings is healing them. It may not feel like it in the moment. It may feel really difficult. It may feel really painful. It may feel like it's never going to move, but I promise you it will. Emotion is always moving. It is literally energy in motion. Healing with Mama Love. Nice to see you, my dear. Oh, you guys, I love you all so much. Knowing that energy is in motion, that it is moving, and actually the more fully we can feel an emotion, the quicker it will move. But we don't want to have the intention of trying to get rid of it. We want to have the intention of fully feeling it. They don't talk about this on TV. They definitely don't. Ah. The world is not set up to guide you into a state of empowerment, my loves. And so we must look for that empowerment ourselves. Where the news is spreading negativity and fear and doom, it makes us think that the world is a very dark and evil place. But it is also a very loving place. And so we must seek out that news. We must seek out that positivity. We must seek out the love. Be the, I've forgotten the word. I was so confused the last 2 days, really. Thank you. I'm glad, Hannah. You're feeling more clarity. I hope so. Thank you, Eden. I'm screenshotting your beautiful comments and I'm going to put them into my notes folder and I'll read them. Whenever I'm feeling like I'm in doubt, I read your comments. So I appreciate you guys so much. How does your soul want to express? Let your spirit animate. Let it move through you. If anyone here wants assistance, guidance with clearing obstacles, cultivating more clarity in their system, connecting with your higher self, I do one-to-ones, so I just wanted to drop that in there and extend that invitation to anyone that wants a little bit of extra support. You can send me an email. My email is hello@amylouisesamp.com. It's in the bio of my YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram, guys. I'm uploading a lot of dance videos recently. That's how my soul likes to animate, through dance and movement, and obviously so many other ways. But I don't really post as many dance videos on YouTube. It's more on my Instagram, so. But I do a lot of freestyling. I'm not like a professional, like choreographing kind of dancey person. I actually find choreography to be very difficult and it doesn't really compute in my mind. I like to flow. And so if you're interested in that, then do have a look at my Instagram because we like to groove. You should have a studio if you don't already. I'll definitely come. Yes, we are manifesting it, Lauren Ryder. Absolutely. Are you in the UK, my love? How many people here are in the UK? Can you just say UK if you're in the UK, or just say, yeah, I'm in the UK? Love the screenshot idea. Yes. Does anyone else have any questions this morning? Oh, it's afternoon now for me. Australia. Is anyone in Canada? Kenya. Sup, my spiritual boo. Hey, cuz the Oak. UK. Nice. Sydney, Australia. Okay. Shouldn't dance be a mixture of structure and spontaneity? Probably, yes. I don't know. I don't know the rules of dance. I honestly don't. I haven't been to dance classes. I'm gonna go dubs that right now. Dubs? Dubs what? What does that mean? How does one get gifted a spiritual boo? I mean, just start calling them in our imagination. The imagination is extremely powerful. Oh, Muglis, thank you for being here. It was lovely to see you. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon, my love. Have a beautiful day. Another great day on God's earth. Always nice to just wake up. Yes, Chris, thank you for your beautiful words. Thank you, Weapon. I wish I was so I could come hang with us. Wait, whereabouts are you healing with Mama Love? In America, right? You're drinking water or vodka? It's coconut water. Good morning, everyone. That's just joining right now. Yes, Jack. He's very quick. Thank you, Jack. I really appreciate it. Also, can my mods please DM me on Instagram because I want to message you. If you don't have Instagram, do you have Instagram, Hannah or Lucy or Jack Darby? If so, please do follow me and send me a DM. Or send me an email. Hannah Lucy, I just realised I already have your email. Yes, check Robert Monroe Institute if you want to learn travel out of the body. Yes, thank you. I actually did one of the gateway experience meditations yesterday, and I'm diving into that. So it's been coming up in the energy field a lot recently. Okay, Hannah Lucy, thank you, my love. I have your email address anyway. I just realised, so you don't have to. I'm glad that you're happy, my love. Sending you love. Do you have an African friend? Yes, I do, Alan. One of my best friends lives in Nigeria. My brother. My soul brother. By fun. Are you married? No. Guys, what do you think of the horsey tapestry? I feel like it's such a beautiful image. It makes me feel so happy to look at that image. It just makes me feel of heaven. When do you open? What do you mean when do I open? Do you have Facebook or I only use Instagram. Instagram is my other than YouTube, Instagram is my favorite. So my Instagram is the same as my YouTube handle. It's Amy Louise Samp. I upload a lot of stories on Instagram and I upload a lot of dance videos and pictures. Yes, it's magic, right? This image. Oh, my feet are sore. I might open the door. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's better. Get that sunlight in, baby. Yes, healing with Mama Love. That sounds like fun. Send me an email. I would be down, you know. I saw your shorts and they were very uplifting. I loved it. So authentic. I love seeing people just be their authentic self online. It's really beautiful. Hello world. The earth says hello. Yes, healing with Mama Love. Definitely send me an email. My email address is in the bio on my YouTube. It's hello@amylouisesamp.com. And we can chat about it. Has this just ruined the lighting completely? I feel like I can't see it as well now, but. Have you ever visited Tunisia? No, I haven't. But guys, I'm coming to Canada soon. I'm so excited. Yes, the horses, they're so majestic, right? Oh, this morning's live was intense and like I had such a good time chatting about all the stuff that we went into, but now I feel like we're just hanging out and it's fun, you know? But if anyone has any other questions, then please do let me know. But I'm just feeling for a little stretch right now. Can you hear the birds? Did you know that our nervous systems like calm down when we hear birds because birds don't sing when they're not in danger? I mean, sorry, birds don't sing when they're in danger, and so if we're in an area where there's birds singing, it's very calming for our nervous system to tune in with that, to resonate with that frequency. It's not a yoga channel, no, my love, but it's a spiritual channel. I love yoga. I'm going to a yoga class tonight. I actually went to a yin yoga class last night and it was so good. Okay, Amy, do you think I should try and push myself to eat alone in public today at the place I used to eat with my ex? Is there any other, like, why? Can I ask you why? Why you want to do that? Hey, Fly. Look who's coming, guys. Oh no, I'm blocking it. Millie Puffs! Hello, baby girl. Hello. Oh, there's another one. Betty's coming too. Betty! Yay! Hey, baby. Oh, you guys. Thank you for coming to say hello. Betty, come. Betty, come. You haven't been on live in so long. Betty. Guys, come. Betty. Okay, yeah. Betty. Betty's the live OG. I'm going to give them some treats. I keep a jar of treats in my shed so that I can entice the dogs. Millie! Mills, what's this? Millie! Mills! Mills! Oh. Okay, she's not coming. Here you go, Betty. Oh, they're so cute. They are so cute. I love them. Betty. Millie, do you want a treat? She just runs so quickly when I said that. You can see her coming in the mirror. Yippee! Millie! Here you go, babe. These dogs are sisters. Twinsies. Come. What? Other? Cliff. Good girl. Betty's just eating straight out the jar. Betty, come here. Come. Let's move this candle. Come, come here. Guys. That was for Betty, but okay, you can have. What's this? That's cute. Okay, Freud says that a lot of the stuff that limits us comes for the music we are exposed to, countering that with high energy music. Yes, I was saying this earlier. Such a good point. Music is so impactful on our energy field. Depending on where our frequency is, certain energy can completely shift our energy field. I listen to a lot of calming music, a lot of hand pan, 432 hertz, 528 hertz. If you type in 528 hertz on YouTube, you'll get a lot of music that is vibrating at a certain frequency that is going to calm your nervous system down. So it's a really good idea to do that. I grew up listening to nothing but classical music, jazz, and Broadway. I'm so thankful for that. You know, it takes 1 second of hearing bird chirp literally changes a human's chemical reaction in the brain. 100% of the time, it will improve your state of mind. Yes, I love to listen to the birds for that reason. Oh my God. It's just, it sends me straight into heaven, I swear. Frank Tenero? Look who it is. I kind of didn't understand why people subjected themselves to contemporary music until I discovered David Bowie. David Bowie. Sorry, I know he's really famous. I just didn't know how to say his name properly. When for the fire time, it all started to make sense. I love you, madam. Thank you. I love you. Look at Betty in the mirror. Oh, Betty. I'm gonna sneeze. bless me. I am well today, thank you, my dear. How are you? Guys, if you're here, say hello. Make yourself known in the chat. Let us know where you're from. I'm from England. It's 12:38. Yes, my love. I'm actually going. Someone said about smudging. I'm actually going to put some incense on because I have this incense that smells so good. I really, really like it. So I'm gonna do it now. Hang on. It's this one. I'll show you. I'll show you guys. It's this rose. It smells so good and it makes the room smell for like the whole day after. Lucy, how long you participate in this channel? Hannah Lucy has been here since like the first week. She is a OG. She is my online friend. How do your doggos react to them? Because some incense makes mine go cray cray. Really? I don't know. But I usually have the windows and the door open so it's not too I'll let you see the clone. So it's not too smoky in the room. You have to make sure there's airflow. Let this one burn for a second. See that fire, guys? The spirit of the fire. Say hello. Thank you, spirit of the fire, for blessing us with your warmth. I love to sit and watch smoke. I find it to be so therapeutic. And it's also really good for dance, like watching smoke. And then I try to use this, and then I use the smoke as inspiration for my dancing. Yes. Look at this. Oh, wait, can you see? It's like a back burner. How cool is that? Ooh! Sorry, there was a fly. Scared me. Okay, let's see. Yes, the birdsong can send you to heaven on earth. Absolutely. Are you smoking weed? No, my love. I'm sober. My life's worth is being noticed. Hun, of course. You are so loved. Who is back of you? It's me. Just cutting some onions. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. I want to show you now. How beautiful is that? Isn't that so beautiful? Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. I love her. Aww. Thank you, Hannah Lucy. I'm screenshotting your comment. See how much we affect each other when we just choose love. It looks like a little witch's hat. How long have you been doing live chats? Thank you for asking. Healing with Mama Love. I started doing live chats in, I think it was March. Properly, consistently. It was only this year. It was during Pisces season. Thank you, Shivan. I don't know what the secret is. It's just following my intuition, being in alignment. Jack Darby, it's recommended by Patanjali in the Yoga Sutra. Watching flame as a form of concentration meditation. Yes, I love that. I love watching it. I need to show you this. It looks so good. Wait, it's literally like pouring out like a waterfall. Did you see that? How cool that was. It just like falls out. So sick. Okay. I'm from England, my love. Yes, it has a spirit of its own, right? The smoky spirit. I need some water, one sec. Shaking it up. I haven't actually eaten anything today. Yet. The sound of the water. So beautiful. Oh. See, I feel like just appreciating the little things is what makes me feel so happy. Like the sound of the water entering the glass. The smell of the coconut water. Just saying, hey, thank you so much for blessing me today with your hydration. I love you so much. Thank you. Betty girl, come. Betty definitely wants to be in the live stream. See? First time here and I'm learning. What are you learning? I'm glad that you're learning. What are we doing here? Well, it's a very interesting question. What are we doing here? What do you think we're doing here? What incense have you got? I've got this one. Highly recommend. Smells amazing. I got it from the shop near my house. It's a backflow incense cone. Yes, drinking the coconut. Thank you, God, for the coconuts. Blessing your food and water is very beneficial. Absolutely. Every time. Every time. Imagine every time you say thank you for your food. That's like, at least if you're eating 3 times a day, 3 times that you're tuning in with the vibration of gratitude. And then every time you drink water, blessing your water, that is another, how many times you're having a glass of water? Let's say you have 5 glasses of water, at least. You are tapping into the frequency of gratitude. And not only that, is when you start to bless your water and your food, you start to strengthen and deepen your relationship with the earth, deepen your relationship to the waters of the earth. You start to know the water from a different perspective, from a different energy, different frequency. The earth literally is us. We are made up of minerals. We are made up of the things that we eat. And so that's why it's good to say thank you and make sure that you are cultivating a good relationship with it, because it's going to become you. And so then we put more love into our bodies. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate you. Do you listen to Osho? No, my love. Guys, if you are enjoying this live and you want to support me, please do subscribe to the channel or like this live. I very much appreciate it. What is that smoke coming from? It's a incense cone. Thank you, Jerome, for subscribing. How's your workout going on? I'm not working out right now. But I'm going to a yoga class later. Actually, it's not even a yoga class. It's actually just a meditation class. It's a yoga nidra. So it is yoga, but it's not asana, is it? Is asana when you're moving? I do like to exercise. I'm a very active person. I'm not working out right this second. That's what I meant, sorry. But I like to go to the gym. I'm not one of those people that goes to the gym all the time, but I do stay active all the time. I dance a lot, I stretch a lot. I do some weights here and there. We should do one in your in-person Q&A. Yes, do what? Sorry. We should absolutely do an in-person Q&A. This is happening. I've been getting this intuition soon. Not even a Q&A, but like an in-person event. I am going to hold an event soon in the UK. I just need to figure out all of the details, where it's going to be, and how we're going to get us together. I would love to do like even a supper, like a meditation and supper, so that we can like eat together and chat, do a meditation first. I feel like that would be really fun. What do you think, guys? We are going to meet soon, yes. It's happening, it's aligning. I love Wales. I would love to do it in Wales. That is such a good idea. Wales is honestly one of my favourite places. I went to Wales recently, like a couple weeks ago, honestly. For the first time, I went to Snowdonia, and it was the most beautiful energy. It's so calm there. So peaceful. I loved it so much. Yes, Hannah Lucy, you know you're invited. No, I'm not from Wales. I was thinking to do it in the southeast somewhere, actually. Wales is quite far from me. I mean, I'd love to do it in Wales, and I'm sure we will do it at some point. Snowdonia is a great climb. I didn't even climb. I was just sitting in the like next to the lake. But yes, I'm sure it is a really good hike. I would love to hike around there. Lake District. I would love to go to the Lake District as well. Are you Scottish? No, I am English. Tim, I would love it if Tim came. He's in like Arkansas in America. It would be kind of far for him to come, but I'm sure one day we can make it happen. Hey from Pakistan. Hello, my love. You'll keep yourself unbusy. We'll find a date. We'll do something. I'll ask the divine, guys, and we will manifest this. We will bring this into reality. God will tell us and guide us. It's happening. Okay, guys, I've got to go. I've been on here for a long time. And even though I'm having so much fun, I absolutely love chatting with you guys. I have had such a good live today. Thank you guys so much for your questions, for your amazing comments, your support, your encouragement. It does not go unnoticed, and I really do appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all of you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And yes, I will see you soon in the next live or in the comments on my videos. Please do come see me on my videos. Send a comment if you enjoy something. If you want to say hi, please do. I'm always checking my comments, always replying to them. And so, yes, have a beautiful day, and may you all experience the most peace and love and joy today. And I will see you very soon in the next live, probably in a few days, or I don't know when, but when it aligns, it aligns. We are on divine timing. And yes, sending you all so much love and hugs, and have a beautiful day. Peace, namaste, have a beautiful day. Bye, guys. Thank you for the mods as well. Jack Darby, if you're listening to this and if you're still here, please do send me an email or a Instagram DM. I want to send you something, so thank you so much. Bye, Flower Stat. I love you. Thank you. Goodbye.